Have you ever wondered what it feels like to watch an entire empire die in a single afternoon? Imagine the sound of heavy rain hitting your iron helmet. The water is cold, it leaks into your boots and turns the ground into a thick black soup. Around you, 20,000 of the world's finest soldiers are marching into a forest that has no end. They call this place the Teutoburg Forest. To the Romans, it was the edge of the known world. To the men marching today, it is about to become a massive green graveyard. My name is Marcus. I am a soldier of the 17th Legion. Usually our armor shines like the sun, and our swords bring order to the world. But here, the sun is a memory. The trees are so thick they block out the sky. We are deep in the heart of Germania. We are far from the paved roads and warm marble of Rome. We think we are just marching home for the winter. We think the tribes here are our friends. We are wrong. We are walking into the most clever trap in human history. In this video, I will take you inside the mind of a terrified legionary. You will feel the mud, hear the screams, and see the betrayal that changed the world forever. If you stay with me until the very end, I will reveal the haunting discovery made by Roman scouts years later. They found something in these woods so grisly that it gave an entire empire nightmares for centuries. Let's step into the shadows. Let's see how the mighty Rome fell into the dark.
The air is thick with the smell of wet pine and rotting leaves. We have been marching for hours, but it feels like days. The line of men is far too long. Imagine a snake of iron and wood stretching for 15 kilometers. That is us. We are 3 full legions, thousands of horses, and hundreds of heavy wagons. Our commander is General Varus. He sits high on his horse, looking confident. He trusts the man riding beside him. That man is Arminius. He is a prince of the local tribes, but he wears a Roman cloak. He speaks our language perfectly. He is an officer in our auxiliary. We call him a brother. We call him a friend. We have no idea that every step we take is exactly where he wants us to go. Arminius smiles as he talks to Varus. He tells the general that a small rebellion has started deeper in the woods. He says we must take a shortcut to crush it before winter arrives. Varus nods. He believes him. Why wouldn't he? Rome has given Arminius everything, wealth, status, and power. But as the rain gets heavier, Arminius suddenly pulls his horse away. He tells Varus he needs to gather his own tribesmen to help us. He rides off into the gray mist. I watch him disappear. For a moment, the forest goes silent. No birds are singing, no wind is blowing. There is only the sound of our boots sinking into the mud. The path is getting narrower now. On our right, there is a steep wooded hill. On our left, there is a vast, stinking swamp. We are squeezed into a thin line. The supply wagons are getting stuck. The oxen are braying in fear. My centurion yells at us to keep moving, but there is nowhere to go. We are not in a battle formation. We are a disorganized crowd of tired, wet men. I look into the trees. I see a flash of movement, then another. It isn't a deer. It isn't a wolf. It is the glint of a spearhead. The rebellion isn't miles away. It is right here. And our friend Arminius isn't coming back to help us. He is already there, hiding in the dark, waiting to give the order to kill. The silence breaks with a sound I will never forget. It is a long, low howl that echoes through the trees. It isn't an animal. It is 1,000 men screaming at once. Suddenly, the sky isn't filled with rain anymore. It is filled with wood and iron. Javelins rain down from the top of the hill. They don't look like much until they hit the man next to you. I see a spear pierce a shield as if it were made of paper. My friend Lucius falls without a sound. He is pinned to the muddy earth before he can even draw his sword. We try to turn. We try to fight back. But where is the enemy? They are ghosts in the green. They jump out from behind the massive oaks, strike, and vanish back into the mist. We are trained to fight in open fields. We are the masters of the testudo, the giant shield wall that stops any arrow. But here, there is no room to stand together. The trees are too close. The mud pulls at our feet like wet hands. Every time we try to form a line, a falling tree or a hidden pit breaks us apart. Our heavy red cloaks are soaked through. They weigh us down like lead. Our leather shields are absorbing the rainwater. They're becoming twice as heavy and soft as bread. We are tired, we are hungry, and the German warriors are fresh. They know every inch of this nightmare. They don't wear heavy armor. They move through the swamp as easily as fish in a pond. I look at my centurion. He is shouting orders, but his voice is shaking. For the first time in my life, I see a Roman officer look afraid. We aren't fighting a war anymore. We are just trying to survive the next minute. The first night is the worst part. We finally stop marching, but we aren't safe. We try to build a camp, but the ground is too soft for stakes. The mud swallows our shovels. We huddle together in the dark, shivering in our wet tunics. Every snap of a twig sounds like a German axe. From deep in the woods we hear them. They're chanting and beating their shields. It is a rhythmic, terrifying sound that never stops. Our scouts whisper that the tribes are gathering. More and more warriors are arriving through the mist. They aren't just here to beat us, they are here to wipe us off the map. Morning brings no sun, only more gray clouds and more rain. Our bows are useless now. The strings are stretched and soggy from the damp air. Even our wooden shields are starting to rot and fall apart. We look at each other and see ghosts. Men who were heroes in Rome are now just targets in a cage. General Varus looks pale. He knows he has been tricked. He knows his reputation is ruined. But he doesn't know that the real nightmare is just beginning.
We reach a narrow pass between a high hill and a great bog. This is the spot Arminius chose for our end. On the hillside, the Germans have built a massive wall made of earth and wood. It is 400 meters long and hidden by the trees. We didn't see it until we were right on top of it. It is a killing wall. As our long, broken line of men moves past it, thousands of warriors leap over the top. They don't throw spears this time. They come with long swords and heavy axes. They come for our blood. The trap is finally shut. The wall of earth is a monster made of mud. From behind it, the German tribes pour out like a flood. They don't fight like us. They don't stand in neat lines. They howl. They swing massive axes that split our shields in two. I see my brothers in arms trying to hold their ground, but their sandals slip in the gore. The ground is no longer just wet, it is slick with the blood of the 17th Legion. I see a giant of a man, his face painted with woad, leap onto a wagon and pull the Roman driver to the earth. There is no mercy here, only the sound of iron meeting bone. General Varus sees it all. He sees his elite cavalry try to flee, only to get stuck in the deep marshes of the great bog. He sees the golden eagles, our sacred standards, toppled into the dirt. To lose an eagle is the greatest shame a Roman can know. To lose an eagle is the greatest shame a Roman can know. To lose 3 is the death of an empire's pride. Varus knows the emperor will never forgive him. He knows the tribes will not take him prisoner for long. Instead of falling to a Germanic blade, he falls on his own sword. His officers follow him. They choose a quick death over the slow horrors of the forest. With the general dead, the last bit of order vanishes. It is every man for himself. I run. I don't look back. I hear the screams of men being dragged into the dark woods for the ritual sacrifices. I hear the victory shouts of Arminius and his men. They have done the impossible. They have destroyed the invincible. As I crawl through the thorns and the briars, I realize the truth. Rome didn't just lose a battle today. We lost our shadow. We will never cross the Rhine again. The forest has won. The slaughter is over, but the forest never forgets. For 6 long years, Rome stayed away. They were too afraid to go back into the green shadows. But finally, a famous general named Germanicus led a new army into the heart of the Teutoburg Forest. He wanted to find out what happened to the lost legions. What they found was a scene from a nightmare. As they marched deeper into the woods, the birds stopped singing again. They found the clearing where the last stand happened. The ground was white. It wasn't snow. It was thousands of bleached human bones scattered across the forest floor. The scouts looked up at the trees and gasped. Skulls were nailed to the trunks of the ancient oaks. Altars stood in the center of the groves, still stained with the blood of Roman officers who had been sacrificed to the Germanic gods. It was a giant, open-air tomb. The soldiers of Germanicus didn't speak. They simply began to dig. They buried their fallen brothers in one massive pit, weeping as they threw the dirt. Even the Emperor Augustus, the most powerful man in the world, could not handle the grief. For months he let his hair and beard grow long. He would wander his palace at night, hitting his head against the marble walls. He would scream into the silence, "Quinctilius Varus, give me back my legions!" This single battle changed the map of the world forever. The Rhine River became a permanent border. The green grave stopped the Roman Empire in its tracks. It proved that even the greatest army on earth could be swallowed by the dark if they didn't respect the shadows.
Next time you walk through a quiet forest and feel a chill down your spine, just remember Marcus. Remember the rain, and remember that sometimes the trees really are watching you.